Greetings. Welcome to my channel, View from My Desktop. We here at View from My Desktop like to show affordable hi-fi equipment that looks nice, sounds nice, and is at a budget price. So today we're going to do a side-by-side with some speakers from Klipsch. This is one of maybe a few side-by-sides I'm going to do with Klipsch speakers. So this is one of them. So let's get started. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. We appreciate the support, and it really helps us. It really helps us out a lot. So, in this review, we like to talk about two speakers from the name Klipsch. The speaker, the KD-51M, and the R-51M. Before we talk about the sound of these two different speakers, let's talk about the look and the build of these speakers. You see, both of these are full-size bookshelf speakers. These aren't, gigantic, but these are full-size bookshelf speakers. With the KD being a little bit taller and the R being a little bit wider. They both have magnetic grills. This is and the grills do not match the other speakers. They only going to set their own grills. The KD is front ported, and the R is rear ported. Okay. The next difference in the KD has the KD has what they call a 1-inch DHORM tweeter, and it's a 5-inch Polyfiber Woofer, and the R having a 1-inch Aluminum LTS tweeter matted to the 90 by 90 square horn here for the waveguide, and it has a 5¼ spun-copper IMG woofer. Okay. And the last thing I would mention about the build is the KD have a sensitivity of 87 dB and the R a sensitivity of 93. So you're going to get more sound out of this with the same amount of power. A noticeable amount of sound. So let's talk about the good parts of both of these speakers. Okay. Both these speakers have a nice sound, but the R-51 has that Klipsch sound that I was more familiar with. Maybe some of you are more familiar with. But the KD having a softer, warmer sound. And KD-51 was much better when I was trying to sing along. I mean, I'm not a singer, believe me, so I need all the help I can. And this one, I sounded okay with my normal shower level singing, and but with the R, I sound terrible. Okay, so it didn't cover up my poor singing as much as the KD did. And with the difference of the sensitivity, the R, of course, is louder and has a more dynamic sound. The KD is warmer and not as fatiguing as sometimes you get with the R-51, and also, you know, the R-41. That horn can be a little fatiguing, you know. So with either one of them, I turn with either one of the R-41 or the R-51. I turn that treble down a little bit because it you know, for my listening, I turn it down. If you into rock or something like this here, this thing is blasting. You know, if you into that hard rock, or maybe just a little bit of rock and maybe with some, you know, electric guitar type playing, this thing is rocking. If you want into more jazz or people speaking and talking and stuff like this here, I think I like this one better. So if you want to sing along, get this one. If you want to blast some music out in, you know, for the you know, barbecue or something like this, you might want this one. They both need a subwoofer if you want heavy bass. With the R-51, I think benefits the most from a subwoofer when you, because it has that horn. When you add a subwoofer and cover that low end, this one benefits from the most. Whereas this one already has a little bit of warmer, more of a bassy sound than the R-51. They both have a good sound stage, with the R-51 having a better sound stage and the more balanced sound. The KD has the better bass. Maybe some of that is due to it being front ported. For my listening, I like the KD a little bit more with added treble, and I like the R a little bit more with the treble turned down. Okay, that's what I would, you know, how I would pick them. You can see the difference in the size. You know, this being the R-51, this the KD-51. You see even this larger cabinet, you know, so it, you know, gets that good bass sound coming through that front, you know, through that front port. All right, and this the R-51 being rear ported. Both of them have similar binding posts. Look like they may be a little bit closer on the R-51 than the KD-51. Okay, both of them have a nice grain. Another thing I would say, a lot of you who familiar with the YAML 803, and I'm gonna do there's another review going to be with this, with the YAML 803. And so when it comes to the casing, this wood type casing here is I think a lot better. This wood look type of wrap is better than this wrap here. This is more like the how the YAML's a little bit cheaper. Okay, design anyway, you know. And well, you can see this is a better speaker. This is a good speaker. This is a better speaker. Okay. This costs more, but if you into the rock sound, you might be happier with this. If you into the more like a jazz sound, you might prefer this one. And or if someone's going to be speaking or something like that, you know. So, all right. So both of them good picks. Hope you enjoyed the video. on these two. Alright, so remember to listen to good things. Thanks for watching. Peace.